Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I had almost forgotten the channel's name itself. I am that. I think Gargi and I both are that tired. Actually, famished is the word. Not even tired. Completely famished. Of course, long auction. Bharat, welcome. We'll keep this live a little short because tomorrow at 12 noon, we will have the real post mortem of the auction. So today we'll quickly go to Gargi. Gargi, if I have to ask you, your best buy, surprise buy, value for money buy.
Oh wow, you should have told me this before you started the show because I would have written it down. Now I'll have to sort of think about it, but um, just give me 2 seconds and I'll tell you my.
Done.
Uh, we were talking, there were multiple steals today. There were multiple
Yep.
steals, but if I were to talk about it, maybe I'm just browsing through. I'm just browsing. Sophie Eccleston at 85 lakhs.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
We are getting
Steel buy.
Abhishek if you want for group buys.
Okay.
If you want, you can join.
I'm just being told that Abhishek Nair is coming in for a group bite, but since we are live, I don't know what to do.
You can go.
But
Just go for the
do you
buy.
want a bite?
Bharat and I will
Or
do
do
the
you
live.
want me to continue?
No. Go for the bite. Bharat and I will do the live. You don't worry. After the bite, you send the
Okay,
bite,
okay.
do the 10 a.m. recording. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, Bharat. So, of course, your phone is out as well. My phone is out as well because, yeah, Best Buy. Let's first talk about Best Buy, Bharat. What do you think was the best buy of the day?
Best buy of the day. I think best. I would look at maybe someone like yeah. There are lots of them, but I would rather look at maybe Deepthi Sharma is one of the better buys. Then obviously, Litchfield I think is one of the better buys as well. When you
Yes.
look at Asabar, who plays a lot of reverse sweeps, sweep shots, I think it goes well at the top of the order. And when you look at some of the lesser ones, I think Rawat is. I think she's someone who's a very good buy
Prima Rawat.
considering. Yeah, Prema Rawat the amount, considering the amount base
Agreed.
price, and a few more of them down the list. You can look at Nicola Carey. I think is again one of the dark horses. If you look at one of
Right.
the decent bids. So this could be a few of them.
I completely agree. I thought also I agree with what Gargi said. I thought Sophie Eccleston was a steal at 85 lakhs. There was another name which I was searching for because in my head that was also a steal. I thought Shabnim Ismail at 60 lakhs was a steal, absolute steal, you
Oh,
know.
definitely,
Uh,
60 lakh.
yeah, at 60. It's because of the price. It's not because she got sold. It's because of the price that I'm saying she's a steal. The other thing that surprised me, Bharat, why has Delhi gone for three wicket keepers? Karna kya cha rahe hai?
Sometimes in auctions, you never know that auction dynamics are such that they might end up with one, two, three wicket keepers, sometimes in surplus. So I think that is what is the case because there is no
So
real
here's my
longevity.
theory. So I'll tell you my theory, okay, Bharat? फिर you say if my theory makes sense to you or not. That they picked up Lizzie, but of course they can't have Lizzie in the playing 11 most of the time if they want Chanel Henry in the playing 11. So then they will have Marizana Cap, Annabelle Sutherland, Chanel Henry, and of course Laura Woolward. So they cannot have Lizzie. Then they needed an Indian wicket keeper, and that's when Tanya Bhatia came. Tanya Bhatia's name came, and they jumped for Tanya Bhatia. Of course, understandable. Tanya has already played for DC, and among the Indian wicket keepers is one of the finer ones. And the bigger problem, though, when you have a Tanya Bhatia in the team, is the batting part Tanya last year also came at number 11. So when they had the chance of going for Mamta Mariwala, they jumped at it. I think one of the better buys of this auction, an exciting prospect, Mamta Mariwala. If you remember, Bharat, Mamta was the one who won that New Zealand warm-up game for India just before the ODI World Cup in the warm-up games. And Mamta is a good batter. So yeah, I thought this is the logic probably why they got three wicket keepers.
It's
Sorry.
like it's like instead of going through the right way, you're going through a long route. I think
Yeah,
that is what that's what they've done there.
absolutely correct. If you have to talk about, say, a shock buy would not be the word I want to use, but definitely a surprise buy.
Who? Sorry, come
Surprise buy.
again.
Surprise buy.
Surprise buy. I won't call it as a surprise buy, but I was a little bit surprised by the kind of
By the
amount,
amount,
that went for someone like maybe Sophie
Shika Pandey.
Divine, Shika Pandey as well. Yeah, maybe Sophie Divine as well. The kind of amount that she went for. I'm not saying I didn't expect her to be bought, but the kind of amount that she went for, and yeah, Shika Pandey is someone again, maybe a little bit surprising, and same with maybe someone like Emilia Kerr. I understand she is a very good googly. She's a very good bowler. Did really well for Mumbai Indians, but the kind of price that she went for, I was not very sure about it.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with what you just said. I thought Amelia Kerr also was a bit of a Ishan Kishan sort of emotional buy from Mumbai Indians, because you have to remember something. When Mumbai Indians got Amelia Kerr in the first season, it is very different from the Amelia Kerr right now. In the first season, Bharat, it was Amelia Kerr the all rounder. Now it is Amelia Kerr the bowler who can bat. So that dynamic has changed. So somewhere I feel, the amount that has been invested in Amelia Kerr will not be justified enough.
Yeah, nowadays definitely not. Maybe on a very slow pitch, she can bat a little bit, anchor an innings, score 25 or 25 balls or on those lines. But if you need runs on the board, if on a flat pitch, and you are going to get some flat pitches in the WPL as well, then I don't think she's much of a batter. Yes, she has that googly, really good googly, and I think she gets little more reps, enough reps on the ball on her leg break as well. It is very much quicker through the air compared to some other cricketers in women's cricket when they try to spin the ball. But having said that, I don't think she deserved that kind of price. Yeah, but it's an emotional buy, as you noted.
Yeah, what do you think about Pratika Rawal going to UP Warriors at 50 lakhs? 50 lakhs was the base price. She went at base price. But Pratika Rawal in T20s, also, the other thing, I don't think she'll be fit in time for the 2026 WPL. So, yeah, what do you think about that by Bharat?
Must be an emotional buy based on World Cup performances, scored those consistent runs. She's not someone who will find the gaps. I'm not saying literally. Sometimes yes, she finds the gaps, but she's still not there when it comes to T20 cricket. And as you observed, it's very much a touch and go when it comes to her fitness. Who knows? Maybe if she recovers quickly, she may just be fit enough by the time WPL comes around. But looking at her injury, it feels as if it would be a struggle for her. So I think it's more of an emotional buy.
Yeah, true. I completely agree. In the similar lines, would you say Yastika Bhatia also? Because again, Yastika, you don't know whether she'll be fit for this season or not. Having said that, Yastika is a top order batter who can keep wickets as well. I would say better decision than buying a Pratika Rawal.
Comparatively, yes, because as you noted, she's very much a utility cricketer. She can be used in that manner. But Pratika Rawal is someone who's basically, I won't want to use that word, but she's a one-trick pony in T20 cricket.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what she is. So must be an emotional buy because she did well in the World Cup.
Absolutely. Um, let's take a few questions because I'll tell you why. Okay, sorry. Before we take questions, Bharat, among the five teams, who do you want to give the maximum points when it comes to the auction? In details, we'll talk about all the five teams for the 12 noon video tomorrow. But as of now, I want to know one team which you will say give, say, 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, and one team which you will give 4 or 5 out of 10.
In this auction, if you just take a pistol and put it on my head and ask this question, then maybe straight away I would think of Delhi Capitals, but I'm wondering whether you would agree about it. But that's what I thought initially. Delhi Capitals
Delhi
is one of
Capitals, which one? 4 out of 10.
as one of the better ones. I said.
Oh, better one. Sorry, my bad. That's yeah. I was actually going to put a gun on your head after because I thought you were saying Delhi Capitals is one
It
of the
might
worst. I was actually coming with a gun.
start from the top
No, no.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Just in terms of the auction, I'm not saying in terms of the retained players, but in terms of the auction,
Yeah.
maybe Delhi Capitals is one of the better ones, and not one of the better ones. Is it GG?
Yeah. I did feel that Gigi kind of got lost. Prakash, please take Gargi. Gargi is backstage. Uh, there you go. You're back, Gargi. What did Abhishek Nair say, or did he not say anything? How come you're back so early?
I am back. No, no. He did say, he said a lot of things without saying anything. So basically, he started off by saying that, their auction could have been much better than what they did. So without revealing anything, without revealing any details of what they had planned or what strategies they had planned, they said that it could have gone better. But at the same time, they're satisfied with how it went, how the team has shaped up. And the other thing was, he said that he was really surprised. And of course, was all praise for Pratika Rawal, because a complete steal for UP Warriors, if you really think about it. 50 lakhs for Pratika Rawal. She's injured at the moment, but if you think about in the long term, because this is a mega auction, this is the team that you can look forward for the next
But
couple of
Gargi,
years.
this
So
is
Pratika Rawal
T20s.
seems like a good investment. Sorry.
T20s. I'm saying Pratika in T20s at 50 lakh is my point. I'll text you. I'll text you the question.
Okay, but yes, what Abhishek Nair also said was that we've used our RTMs really well and we're really satisfied with that. So that was the gist of what Abhishek Nair has said, and talking about the opportunity and building a young Indian core team. So that was the gist of what he talked about. He only spoke about for 2 to 3 minutes, so not much. Not many questions answered there. Acha, Pratika in T20s, 50 lakh, isn't it too much? I think they're also looking at it from a long term perspective, Trisha. I think if Pratika was not injured, I think she might have gone for a little bit more. I just have this feeling because of the way that Abhishek Nair spoke about her. He was really good game. So I think UP Warriors will be really happy about the fact that they got her at 50 lakh.
But Bharat, yeah, sorry. But Bharat, coming to you, my question is, Gargi, I'll come back to you. Oh, sorry, you were saying something. Bharat, coming to you from where Gargi picked up, sorry, Gargi left. Um, UP Warriors has actually invested in a number of Indian players who probably will make their middle order, but kind of that middle order does not seem that fiery and that dependable. I'll explain myself. Also, there is a Deandra Dottin towards that finisher, lower middle order role at number 4, 5, 6, whichever order she comes. But Deandra Dottin can hit the ball, no doubts about that. But she's not a consistent player. And you have a Harleen, you have a Kiran Navgire, you have a Shweta Sherawat, you have a Pratika Raval. So it looks like a Indian core, but also an Indian core, which is not typically a T20 setup. Plus, there's a lot of inexperience, a lot of lack of firepower.
Yeah, I'll put it in this way. See, if you're going to go for the Indian core, then it is fine, but you need to have the right kind of players for that. That is where I think they have a problem. See, Navagere I have seen her bat. She's a decent hitter, but against certain kind of pace bowling, I have a feeling that she might struggle a bit. And if you look at, yes, you took up the name of Pratika Raval. She's a top. She's very much her game is, at least if you look at her, if you look at the way she plays, just to bat somewhere at the top of the order. And again, she's not someone who bisects the gap enough times, so that kind of goes against her. And Deandra Rotin, yes, if you, she's someone who's a good hitter, but on a slow pitch, if you give her a slow pitch, I'm not very sure she can be the kind of player who will come in and finish your games. Yes, I remember someone can counter me by saying that in the New Zealand versus West Indies game, maybe in Sharjah or somewhere on those lines, she hit a couple of sixes right at the end. She can do that. Maybe if 20 runs are required in some 10 balls, 12 balls occasionally. But still, I won't really back her on a slow pitch or on those lines. So I think it looks a little bit, what can I say, little bit fragile.
Absolutely. All of us have had a long day, so we will be keeping this short. And as I promised, 12 noon, we will be obviously back. 12 noon, Gargi, are we going to do a live? Let's do a live and do a post-mortem of all the teams. Uh, but as of now, before letting you go, talk about the experience a little for the last 1 or 2 minutes in the show, and then we will close the show. Mute, mute. Gargi, you are on mute. We can't hear you. Yeah, there's some network issue which is bound to happen. See, this is one of the things of journalism that I've learned. Um, you will get internet at the furthest point from the place where the action is happening. And wherever you are, you have to walk at least 2.5 to 3 kilometers to reach there. Um, just give me 1 second. Let me tell Gargi not to come back, and let's close the show. Okay, why is my phone not working in between? Um, but Bharat, overall, okay, there you go. Gargi is back. Yeah, Gargi, it's much better now. Wherever
I'm
you are.
back. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly fine, loud and clear.
I'm at the same place. I just moved my tripod from. I,
Okay.
there's a bit of a lag, so I'll continue and then you can end the show, okay? So, I was there at the last WPL mega auction as well in Mumbai, and my experience has been absolutely contrast. And this is not something only I am saying. I'm not saying it for clout. I'm not saying it to prove that, I've been following since before India won the World Cup or something like that. Because a lot of people will try to do that and will try to prove that, oh, we've always been supporters when they have not. But we were there last time as well. And I remember there being half the media, even less than half. And, when it comes to attention, when it comes to the kind of interest that was there back at that time, it was absolutely nothing compared to what it is today. Today, like I told you in the morning live as well, that all the major media houses in India are here. Many have traveled from outside to especially attend the WPL auction. So that is the change. And we spoke to Lisa Starlaker, we spoke to Parth Jindal as well in the press conference. Both of them said that things have drastically changed and the interest has drastically changed since India has won that World Cup. Lisa Starlaker, there was a bit of a chaos going on with so many people surrounding her, so many reporters surrounding her. Someone's camera was hitting someone and things like that were happening. And Lisa was so surprised and she was laughing and saying that maybe two of you were there when the last auction happened, and now look at me. I'm surrounded by reporters, and that is the change that India winning the World Cup has brought, and this is a welcome change that we're seeing. And not only that, Trisha, on a more personal note, if maybe this had happened, or rather, if I look back on my own journey, if right now there is someone who is 16 or 17, 18, 19, who comes up to me and says that, I don't know if it's going to work out in cricket, maybe I should start with a new journey, maybe in journalism, maybe in broadcast, I would say, no, keep playing. We did not have that option then. We really had to move on to make a life for ourselves, to make a living for ourselves. To us, cricket was just a hobby. It was never a stable income source. It was never a stable career path. But look at how things have changed. When tomorrow morning in the papers, people look at Deepti Sharma going for 3.2 crores, a Kranti Gaur going for 1.3 crores, parents will say, why don't you start playing? Why don't you go to a club? Because this is real money here. And this is not small money. 3.2 crores is not small money for a woman to make in India. So this is the real change that the Women's World Cup has brought.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gargi. Thank you,
Also,
Bharat, for joining.
see,
Sorry, yeah.
tube light is back as a bulb. See, I just remembered that Grace Harris went at 75 lakhs. So I just remembered that. So I think that's under steal because she has a strike rate. If I'm not mistaken, she has a strike rate of 140 in the WPL and maybe 150 odd in T20Is. So considering that, 75 lakhs is perhaps a steal or one of the better buys.
Absolutely. And she can bowl off spin as well, which UP Warriors had used in the previous years when she was playing for UP. But as I was saying, Gargi Bharat, thank you so much. And before I end, I think Gargi hit the right notes. When the WPL auction was happening, for someone like me, for someone like Gargi, because we have played the sports, so we can tell you that. And don't get it wrong, we are very happy for people getting that money, but to reach here, it was a fight, and that World Cup win was, and that's why people who have been criticizing, people who have been saying nasty things about Rev Sports, there are people in this company who have been part of the journey, like myself, like Gargi. We have given up on our dreams because back then it wasn't a career option, unfortunately. And people coming from middle class families had to do something else to survive. That's why I tip my hat off every single time to players like Mithali Raj, to players like Jhulan Goswami, that they grinded. They grinded. That is why we have reached here. They fought.
Yes,
That is why we have reached here. Sorry?
Shanta Rangaswamy, Dinah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. But
Sudha.
from there to Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami actually carrying it completely forward, because they were the transition phase. I know a lot of people say I don't give enough credit to probably pioneers like Gargi Banerjee, Shanta Rangaswamy, or Dinah Edulji. But you know why I give them more credit than a Mithali and Jhulan? Because they stayed on. They stayed on for the entire transition. And so today WPL was possible. And I think it is kind of a poetic justice that someone like Gargi was there covering it, someone who could witness. And it was, again, poetic justice that I was there when India lifted the World Cup. It is something that clicks within us. It seems like a personal joy. Taking nothing away from you, Bharat, but in a very separate way, it feels like a personal win. It feels like a personal milestone almost. We'll be back tomorrow to discuss more on the team. What do we think? How did each team perform in the auction? And to, of course, talk a lot more about Roko playing again. Syed Modi Trophy is happening. Abhishek Mishra is covering that. Empowerment Cup, our very own Empowerment Cup, our initiative to bring women's football, to get new stars for women's football, to do something at the ground level and actually make a difference. Everything will be covered right here. So watch the videos, like, share, and subscribe, and please support Rev Sports because we are on a mission. We are on a mission to cover sports of all kinds, every gender. We are trying to do our best. We need your support. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night, everyone.